Let's take a quick break. Back with more on the IHSA Television Network.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
There are more than 20,000 ways to experience Illinois State.
Hey, what's up? You ready to go to class?
What kind of Redbird will you be? Hi. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
This is the great state where you'll find hearts bigger, beating truer, and always wide open. Country miles with never-ending pride, virtues and values, and colors that run deep. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we were born and raised in the land of Lincoln. And like you, we'll always be here, standing for all. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, nationwide strong, Illinois born.
From the days of the one-room schoolhouse, public schools have always been the heart of our community. It's where our students learn and are inspired to dream big, where we cheer on our teams under Friday night lights, and where parents, teachers, students, and loved ones come together as one. Now, more than ever, our public schools unite us. This message is brought to you by the Illinois Education Association, IEA, because we are stronger, united.
Welcome back to Champaign. The Class 7A champions are the Caravan of Mount Carmel. As you can see, they beat the Bulldogs of Batavia 44-20. Hello again, everybody. I'm Kenny McReynolds at our studio here in Champaign. Well, a three-sport athlete at Thornton High School, Tai Streets went on to become a national champion at the University of Michigan. Then he lined up as a wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers. He's now the head men's basketball coach at his alma mater. Recently, I had a chance to catch up with Streets to talk about his storied career. Who is Tai Streets?
Well, right now I'm a coach now. Just a mentor to kids and all that. I'm in my high school coaching, Thornton High School. I graduated in '95, but I came back to help the community out, help our kids. And I love being here. Good. Get through it. Good. Better, Jarrell. Better. Well, stop. Why are you letting the ball come down? Go get the rebound. Aggressive, man.
What does the Thornton community mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, you don't want to let the Thornton community down. I'll do everything try to do everything I can to help the community. So that's the first thing I think about is the community and the school, of course.
What made you decide to come back?
I've always had a coaching itch. Even when I was playing, I always try to think through the game. Even better, this is my old high school. Coach Moselle, he's an old football coach here, athletic director, great dude. He asked me to come back and help with the football program and the basketball. And I was like, no, I don't know if I want to do that. But then I loved it. First, 2010, I helped them out, assistant coach of the football. Then I ended up coaching freshman basketball. And it just went from there. Hey, Malachi, go rebound the basketball after you block them out.
Take me through that process of coaching the wide receivers,
right?
Then freshmen, now successful at varsity. Take me through that process.
I was done playing in 2004. I had my Main Streets program, I travel basketball. So I was still coaching, but coming back to the high school, that was a different thing. It was just trying to connect with the guys, the football, because I never coached football. I played and never coached it. So it was different. I was learning from the coaches as we went on, but I had my experiences, so I know a little bit about the game. So it was just to try to help them see it from my perspective on how to make them better. Jordan, you have to go block out.
Now, you are a three-sport athlete here.
Correct.
Track, basketball, football.
Correct.
That takes a lot of discipline. How were you able to do that, and do you talk to your youngsters that you coach about the discipline and what it takes to be successful? And not one sport, but three.
At a young age, my mom started me playing every sport. So I try to tell the athletes of today, don't just say, I want to play basketball, I want to play football. Try them all. The best athletes played every sport. I was just looking at Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Judge, they're two examples. They're the best at their in the respective sports right now.
How did this school prepare you for the University of Michigan? I mean, Big Ten, big-time football.
Definitely. Like, we played, like, when I was here, we played the best competition. So it prepared me, because when you go to Michigan, you're going to play the best competition. And it prepared me, like I said, for seeing different aspects of life, just seeing different people, different type of teachers. I think it helped me tremendously for the next level, college level.
Now, at Michigan, you have a great career. You're going to go to the draft. You're going to be either the first-round pick, second-round pick at the worst. Correct. You're the second-round pick.
Right.
10 days before the draft, you did something that I did. But yours was worse to me. I blew out my knee, caused me a chance at the Olympics in track. You ruptured your Achilles 10 days before the draft. Did you sit back and be like, damn, I'm done?
Well, you know, at the time I was devastated, definitely. I'm like, oh, why did I do this? But that's what I knew growing up, playing 3 different sports in one day. This is what I did, play basketball, even though it was football. I know it was a lot of money at stake and all that. Was it the smartest decision? Probably not, but that's what I knew growing up, and I wasn't going to change at the time.
You go from a first-round pick to a sixth-round pick. You get drafted by the 49ers. Wide receivers are Terrell Owens and then the greatest of all time,
Correct.
Jerry Rice. I couldn't think of a worse place to go, but you started.
Right. After a while, yeah. Because, like I said, it was a blessing in disguise. I mean, like you said, they were deep at wide receiver. They had great receivers. But it taught you how to be a pro. I mean, what better place you want to go to learn the wide receiver position. So, the greatest of all time, you learn, pick up everything they did. Especially I got to watch first, because I couldn't play. So I watched them, how they worked, how they trained, how professional they were. Good job, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Do you get tired of people saying, how does a great football player become a great basketball coach? Because you've been so successful here.
Yeah, but it's just, they don't understand the background, where I came from as a kid, where I played all sports, baseball, track, football, basketball. So it was just a matter, I thought had the best chance of going to the next level in football, because at 6'3", I couldn't shoot the ball that well. I was athletic, but I know where my bread was buttered. I know I was a 6'3" wide receiver. It's better than being a 6'3" small forward. So you have to be smart, and that's something like that. But I still know the game. I watch all sports. So good. Keep it out the middle, Vince.
What are your goals as a coach and a mentor?
Everybody wants to win, of course. That's not the main goal. The main goal, especially the high school level and the grade school level, is making these kids become better people, put them in positions to be successful in life. And that's my main goal. That's my number one goal, is to help mentor these kids.
When you look in this room, you see all these Hall of Famers.
Yes.
There's a lot of them.
Millions of them.
If the walls of this school could talk, what would they say?
You got to keep the tradition going. That's what I would think. I mean, they lay the foundation. You have to keep it going, and the next person has to keep it going. So I think that's what it is. It's just an expectation here. Expectation. You have to be great, basically. You have to strive for greatness. Good is not good enough here. So I think that's what they would say. You have to strive to be the best in the country.
And I'm sure Tai Streets is in a good mood today as Michigan knocked off Ohio State. The Loyola Ramblers are now taking the field, getting ready to warm up for the Class 8A Championship. Loyola and Lincoln Way East coming up after this break on the IHSA television network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Would you look at that? I'm in the classroom again. But this time, I can apply these skills to make some money. Lots of money.
Family dinner with kids, not easy. You know what is easy? OSF On-Call Urgent Care. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries in person or connect 24/7 online. OSF On-Call Urgent Care.
Welcome back to Champaign. You see Jordan Lynch getting the double Gatorade bath. They didn't do it once, they did it twice. Hey, they are the 7A champions. What a performance. 44-20. What a dominating performance by the Caravan of Mount Carmel. Hello again, everybody. Back in the studio, Kenny McReynolds, joined by a bunch of Mount Carmel Caravan. These young men are the Class 7A champions. They're going to bring the trophies back to the South Side. Jimmy Dacey, you scored the first 2 touchdowns. Tell me about it. What's going through your mind after you score twice?
It was just electric, you know. Most electric offense in the state, we've been saying it. Best play caller in the state, we've been saying it. And just my teammates, you know, all of us. We had the same goal from the start of the season, so it felt good.
Now, let's go back to January. Those 6 a.m. weight rooms, you know, you're in the weight room in January, it's snowing outside. Is it all worth it now?
Oh, 100%. I mean, we all knew after the loss last year what we had in mind for this year, so we're all locked in. Not even January, November, we were locked in, working out, getting ready for this right here.
Tell me about your quarterback.
He's the best, you know, probably the best I'll ever play with, to be honest. And, you know, he feeds me the rock, so.
Oh, yeah, that's why you like him.
Yeah.
He feeds you the rock. Hey, he's a smart young man, right? Now,
and we're cousins. So.
Yeah, you know, and your cousin, that helps. Yeah. Your coach, he finally for the Heisman Trophy. He comes in, he knows the game. Tell me about what it means to play for Coach Lynch.
You know, playing for Coach Lynch, it's fun because he's one of us, you know, and you know, we're loose, we like to have fun, and we're good at doing it. Fun is doing something well, and I think that's what we did today. So,
you came out with the knockout punch as we talked about. First 4 times you touched, actually first 5 times you touched the ball, you scored. You know, then game, set, match is over?
No, we were playing all 4 quarters. You know, we knew they could come back at any time. So, you know, we kept the foot on the gas the whole time. We actually wanted 50, but got cut a little short.
Well, 44 is okay. You wanted 50, but 44 will do.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to school on Monday, do you walk around with the medals on your neck, or do you leave them at home and say, we've done it, it's over, goodbye?
No, it'll be on my neck 100%. Yeah.
You're never going to take it off, right?
No, probably not.
Yeah. You know what? I don't blame you. I would wear it to the store. I would wear it to everywhere that I go. I got about 2 seconds till you go. Tell me about this team, what these teammates mean to you.
Yeah, a lot of schools like to say it, refer to themselves as a brotherhood, but this is a real deal. You know, you come to Mount Carmel to play with the best. You know, we're champions. You know, we got the hardware, and it's exactly why I came here. So you come to Mount Carmel to play with the best, and that's exactly what we did.
And you go to Mount Carmel to play for championships, right?
Yeah.
Well, guys, congratulations, Coach. Congratulations. You guys did a tremendous job. What a performance. Class 7A champions. The trophy's going back to the south side of Chicago. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more on the IHSA television network following this brief timeout.
Lincoln Way East and Loyola warming up down on the field below us. We are getting set for the 8A championship ball game. Glad you have stuck it out here for an entire day. A little bit late getting this one started. We're ready to roll in just a few moments. Hi again, everybody. Dave Bernhardt along with Chris Highland. And Chris, we've seen so many points put on the board today in the first 3 games. But I want to talk about some defensive players here. How about, first of all, for Loyola and Brooks Barr?
Yeah, we think this one's going to be a defensive battle, and it starts for the Ramblers with Brooks Barr. He's the highest touted recruit that we've seen today. He's going to Michigan, and, man, he is a beast in the middle for the Ramblers. He does a really nice job of anchoring that defensive line, and they're going to be key if they want to pull out the win tonight.
For Lincoln Way East, Jake Sienna has just had an outstanding year for the Griffins.
He does everything for them from that middle linebacker spot, kind of a quarterback on the defensive side of the ball for those Griffins. And I tell you what, he is a tough kid. He runs from sideline to sideline and can do just about everything for Lincoln Way East. I cannot wait for this matchup.
You're not going to have to wait much longer. We're just about set to get ready. Warm-ups being completed here down below us. When we come back, we've got an 8A championship game for you from Memorial Stadium.
You witness threats every day.
You're not going to walk away next time.
And you might feel like there's nothing you can do.
There's going to be a big fight at the school.
No, really? But now, there's a place.
Look at what they posted about her.
Safe to help Illinois.
Hey, I'm worried about Bobby. He might hurt himself.
It's available 24/7, and your info is confidential. Seek help before harm. with Safe to Help Illinois.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
How do you predict the future? You create it. You build a foundation, pave a path forward, soak up the journey, and turn experiences into something life-changing. At Illinois State University, we deliver on what every college should promise you: the opportunity and tools to write your legacy every day. The rest is up to you. What will you create? Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Back at Memorial Stadium, where all weekend long we've honored the players, the coaches, and the fans. Well, you honor the referees, the officials of this game. Congratulations to everybody who has worked in these 8 championship ball games. We cap a wonderful weekend here with the 8A championship ball game. It's been a long wait for those men here working the 8A game, and they're going to have a great one, and you're going to be with us as well. Stick around. Kickoff coming up soon right here on the IHSA television network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Would you look at that? I'm in the classroom again. But this time, I can apply these skills to make some money. Lots of money.
Family dinner with kids, not easy. You know what is easy? OSF On-Call Urgent Care. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries in person or connect 24/7 online. OSF On-Call Urgent Care.
Today, it's about the grit, the guts, the glory. Everything is on the line. teams embracing the lessons from the hard-fought season, full of heroes honoring the game. One team's journey will end in triumph, hoisting the championship trophy. Today is the IHSA Football State Championships.
We've come to the moment, the IHSA Football Championships. The game everyone has been waiting for, the Class A title matchup, and it matches the Lincoln Way East Griffins and the Ramblers from Loyola Academy right here at Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois, the campus of the University of Illinois. And hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Bernhardt, joined by Chris Hyland, two-time All-American, former NFL player, and I feel like we're watching the two best teams. Why? Not just because they're in a championship game, because they're the two best teams in 8A. But, Chris, I really feel like it's been destiny that's brought these two teams here.
Well, you're exactly right. And it goes all the way back to last year when these two teams met in a quarterfinal that ended 3-0. Loyola squeaked by Lincoln Way East on that day. And I think ever since then, Lincoln Way East has had this one circled on their calendar. They wanted to play the Ramblers again. They wanted it here on the biggest stage in the state, Memorial Stadium. 8A championship on the line. I can't wait, Dave. I'm so excited.
You got me fired up, man.
I can't wait.
Let's take a look how Lincoln Way East got here. Well, the Griffins, they made short work of Conant in round one, then a tight one against Neuqua Valley, but some dominating victories to close it out against Warren and Glenbard West. Very impressive win over Glenbard West. As we take a look at Loyola, the Ramblers trip here to Champaign, you're going to see these scores, and when you look at Loyola, you're going to say, whoa. They made some short work of people.
They really did. They put a lot of points on the board in the playoffs. We've talked about both defenses already and our players to watch. I don't know if Loyola can put up 30 like they have in every single round of the playoffs so far yet. We're just a few seconds away from finding out, though.
Lincoln Way East will take the field, taking on the Loyola Ramblers. They both won state championships in their school history. They're going to get another one. One of these two teams here tonight in 8A.
The IHSA Football State Championships are being brought to you in part by Country Financial, proud partner of the IHSA, and by LiUNA. Start your career in construction at liunacareers.org.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
Would you look at that? I'm in the classroom again. But this time, I can apply these skills to make some money. Lots of money.
Family dinner with kids, not easy. You know what is easy? OSF On-Call Urgent Care. Get treatment for minor illnesses and injuries in person or connect 24/7 online. OSF On-Call Urgent Care.
Rob Zvonar, the head coach of Lincoln Way East, he has a huge fan section behind him on the east side, and on the near side, another huge section of fans here for Loyola Academy of the Ramblers, making yet another visit here to the state finals. You talk about teams that have been here. They have done that. Well, you take a look, first of all, at Loyola. 3 titles, 5 runners-up. This is the 7th title game for the Ramblers in the last 11 years. And for Lincoln Way East, they were here in 2019 and won their 3rd championship. Ready to go. Loyola won the toss, elected to defer. So the Griffins from Lincoln Way East to get the hands on the ball first. Ball is in the air. The ball is in the end zone, and Lincoln Way East will start from the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the ISU keys to the game. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Well, if you're Loyola, you see there, Coach Holisek, you got to stay patient. Okay, Loyola wants to establish the run, but you've got to stick with your game plan if you're Loyola on offense, and also you got to spread the wealth. You got to be able to get it to all of your playmakers. Lincoln Way East, capitalize on momentum. They scored 31 unanswered in the semifinal after a big special teams turnover. If you're going to get that opportunity today against against Loyola, you have to capitalize on it and win in the trenches. They're a little bit undersized on both sides of the ball, but they're going to have to be stout up front if they want to win this game.
Lincoln Way East was started on the ground to James Kuzinski. He's the workhorse for the Griffins. Kuzinski with about 1,500 yards on the season to go along with 26 touchdowns, short pickup on first down.
Short pickup, and he's met immediately by Johnny McGuire, the leading tackler for the Ramblers. Nice job there.
Number 15, the quarterback, Braden Tischer. Not a big guy, 5'10", 165, a junior. Stands in the pocket, delivers over the middle. First down, Griffins. He finds his receiver, Jimmy Curtin, his favorite receiver on the season. Curtin with his 36th grab, 700 yards receiving.
Not a big guy, but makes big plays. Tischer stands in, hits Jimmy Curtin. Lincoln Way, first down of the game.
Lincoln Way will throw the ball a little bit more this season than you may be accustomed to in years past. They've been much more comfortable that way, passing the ball for almost 200 yards per game. Tischer to keep it. He's going to get a block from the outside. Tischer to the 40. Driven out of bounds. Braden Tischer. He had a quarterback sneak of 99 yards in the semifinal game, and he shows his wheels getting to the outside.
He picks up right where he left off for 32. He's out the gate. Look at Tischer go. Lincoln Way is rolling on their first drive. A lot of momentum and a lot of energy on that visiting sideline to start this ball game.
Ball at the 35-yard line of the Loyola Ramblers. Loyola 13, or make that 12-1. Lincoln Way East 13-0 on the season. Motion all the way through from Petey Olale. Kwasinski. They will stumble forward. He'll get about 3. One thing to keep an eye on, mistakes. These teams don't make mistakes, and that's why where they are.
Yeah, one thing to keep an eye on as well is Joe Kelly. We talked about Barr before the game started. Joe Kelly, the other defensive end for Loyola, did an outstanding job of blowing that play up in the backfield, which is why the running back had to bounce it outside. A couple of Ramblers there to clean it up for just a 2 or 3 yard gain.
Kelly had been injured for a portion of this season. Looking down that left sideline, broken up and nearly caught by Jaden Cook in the end on their coverage for Loyola. Joe Auer, number 21.
Yeah, that's great coverage by the senior Joe Auer. He was a guy that, when I watched the film, teams tried to go after Auer a couple of times in the playoffs, quarterfinals and semifinals, and Lincoln Way East tries to go after him here early. Nothing doing, though, as they try and look for Jaden Cook, the 6'1" senior wide receiver. Big third down already early in this game.
Field is spread for Tischer. Quarterback draw. Nowhere. Absolutely no hole for Braden Tischer. A loss of 6 yards on 3rd down.
And this is why that front four from Loyola and that man right there, Brooks Barr, are so crucial to the success of this Loyola defense. As soon as you see them go 5 wide, you saw right there that big gap there, Dave. Loyola had to spread every single one of their linebackers out in coverage. So there was no linebackers there. So that's why Lincoln Way East chose to go with the quarterback draw. But because Loyola is so stout up front with their front four, there was nowhere to go, and a nice job there by Loyola to get the stop.
Justo looking to put it inside the 5. Instead, they will get into the end zone, and Loyola Academy will have it, and they'll be led onto the field by one of the outstanding quarterbacks in the state, Jake Sterney.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about him in our key players to watch, but Jake Sterney's an all-state quarterback from Loyola. He's a 2-year starter going to Colgate. And man, if you thought you saw good quarterback play in that 7A game from Blaney Dowling, Jake Sterney can follow that up with just as good of a performance. He has every throw in the bag. He can run the ball a little bit. Really impressed with the way 15 plays.
34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 68% completion percentage, and almost 2,200 yards. And a throwback, Sterney downfield, has a man there. To the 30, it's a race. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Declan Ford. Oh my, that's how the Ramblers get started.
What a start by the Ramblers. A little trickery. First play from scrimmage. Sterney to Ford. 80 yards to the house. Oh my goodness.
Mikey Baker, the extra point, but an 80-yard touchdown pass from Sterney to Ford. And just like that, the Ramblers jump on top, 7-zip. Here it is.
Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
There are more than 20,000 ways to experience Illinois State.
Hey, what's up? You ready to go to class?
What kind of Redbird will you be? Hi. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
The IHSA Football State Championships are being brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by ISU. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Number 17, Declan Ford. 80-yard touchdown pass in the first play from scrimmage from Loyola Academy, and I don't care what side of the stadium you're sitting on, you're stunned right now. Happy stunned or mouth open stunned. And Rob Svonar taking a look at the monitor and saying, okay, this is what we need to watch for. So once again, Lincoln East will get their hands on the ball, but it will come at a 7-0 deficit.
What a start for the Ramblers.
This kick will go in the end zone, and we'll take a look back at the longest pass play of the season. For Loyola, it went for 80 yards and a score to Declan Ford.
All right, we're going to see here. It looks like they're in a too-high safety look. Lincoln Way East, and as soon as the ball is snapped, you're going to see both those safeties bite a few steps and run support, and then it's over the top. from Sterney to Ford to the house, 80 yards for 6. JT Poynton just had his eyes in the wrong spot as the DB.
Kwasinski again, far side. That's the first play they ran the last time they had the ball. James Kwasinski, 5'11", 180-pound senior.
So if you're Lincoln Way East, how do you come back from something like that? Well, you try and control the clock here with this possession. Try and get some momentum back for your team. You don't want to put your defense out there too quickly after they've been stunned like that on the first play. So can Tischer and Kwasinski eat up some clock in front of that big offensive line that you see right there?
Tischer, fire, complete. This time he finds his receiver, Jimmy Curtin, once again. Starting lineups for Lincoln Way East, presented by OSF. There's that offensive line you were talking about. Josh Janowski, one of the 2-year starters on that offensive front, and it is a big offensive line. We've already talked on the skill players about Jimmy Curtin. He has a couple of receptions tonight. Braden Tischer, the quarterback. Kwasinski's already had a couple of carries. Keep an eye on Jaden Cook, wide receiver. He's got some wheels. On first down. Room up the middle, 5, maybe 6 yards on first down carry.
A really nice job there on first down by Lincoln Way East. It's going to be crucial. Try and stay ahead of the chains on first down if you're the Griffins against this big Loyola defense you see there. We've already talked about him, Johnny McGuire. Really good job. One of the best overall athletes on the team. Will be their short down back on offense. Short yardage back, I should say, excuse me, on offense.
After his 6-yard pickup on first down. Motion through from Cade Sarauskas. He'll stop there in the slot. Tischer on the slant again. On the money. Jaden Cook the reception. The OSF starting lineups for Loyola defensively. And this is a defensive unit for Loyola that's given up about 16 points per game. We've already talked about Brooks Barr and Joe Kelly. Jack Wataska in the middle. Colin Scheid, Ethan Hogg, and Emmett McCarthy in the secondary. They will be tested tonight. Kenny Langston, we talked about Johnny McGuire, Ty Otteson, and Emmanuel Afusu. On the delay. Tischer near midfield.
This is what makes Lincoln Way East so good and so tough to defend. It's that spread offense, 4 wide, jet motion, and then you've got a guy like Tischer who, after the jet motion, and he sees that Loyola's in a 3-man front, decides to keep it himself, run quarterback read right up the middle for a really nice gain.
We'll get it out to Sarauskas around the right side across midfield, and that will be close to a first down. Griffins moving the ball. Kate. Braden Tischer, in addition to that long run, 4 out of 5 throwing the ball here tonight, and that is enough for a first down.
That's a really good start for Lincoln Way.
They were stunned on that 80-yard play, but they have not blinked now that they've taken the field offensively.
No, there's no fear in this team. Rob Zvonar knows how to get his guys ready for a stage like this. And Braden Tischer, he might be small, but man, kid's got no fear.
Now he's going to look for that hole, and he is swallowed up. Oh, my goodness. You can barely see a white jersey underneath there. Number 99 again. Brooks Barr involved in that stop.
Also in on that play is 88. You're going to see him on the offensive side and on the defensive side. Conlon Kane. No, excuse me, Jack Parker. Jack Parker, both sides of the ball as the senior for Loyola. Comes in to spell Joe Kelly at that defensive end position.
So loss of a yard on first down. Second possession of the game for Lincoln Way East. Loyola snapped the ball from scrimmage one time. Again, a quick delivery. To the 41-yard line. Again, it's Sarauskas. Offense looking very crisp tonight for Lincoln Way East. They average 362 yards per game.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball out of Tischer's hands quickly. You see on all of his completions, they've been either screens or they've been quick game. 2 quick steps, open your hips, get the ball out. Usually predicated on a pre-snap read. 1 defender is who you're trying to read here, and that's probably what he's looking at the top of your screen as he identifies a blitzing linebacker.
Can't get out of there. You're right, Chris. He knew there was a problem early on.
Yeah, he told his back he was going to get pressure from the field. He saw the linebacker creeping from that 3-receiver side, and here he comes. It's Watuska who comes off the edge, forces Tischer to step up in the pocket. His teammates are there to make a play, and Loyola has to punt again from about the same spot they did on their very first drive.
Dan Justo will kick it off. Quinn Foley is deep for the Ramblers. Ooh, and it may have hit him.
Did he get a hand on it, or was it a Lincoln Way player that got a hand on it?
Well, it looks to be Loyola Academy ball, so the Ramblers will have it with 3:26 to play here in the first quarter in that 7-0 lead. We'll take a break as well. 8A football here for you in the IHSA television network.
Behind every Delta Dental of Illinois dental plan, you'll find members happy to know they can trust the tooth to help them save money on dental care. Find a dental plan that fits you. Get affordable coverage today. Behind every Delta Dental of Illinois dental plan, you'll find people smiling because they know they can trust the tooth to protect and take care of their smiles. Find a dental plan that fits you. Get dental. It's essential.
We're going to take a closer look at that punt return. As you see here, he almost gets a hand on it, a Lincoln Way player and the punt returner there, Quinn Foley, did a nice job, if he did touch it, of playing it off, asking for the fair catch interference. But
I think Foley got a real break there because I think it hit Florentine's foot, and if it hadn't, it was going to kick right into Foley.
You're exactly right. Loyola lucky to have the ball here.
Second snap from scrimmage. Last one resulted in an 80-yard touchdown pass from Sterney. To deliver here to the near side. Gets it to Spencer Ledbetter. Ledbetter, 38 catches on the season for almost 500 yards.
Nice to have a guy like Ledbetter along with Declan Ford, 2 go-to guys as Loyola goes 5 wide right away here.
Here's Sterney over the middle. Softly thrown. The catch, yards after the catch from Corey Larson.
So I talked about Loyola spreading the wealth in this game. 3 completions to 3 different wide receivers already for Jake Sterney. Nice job of looking off the safety and then coming back to his second read. The wide receiver over the middle for the first down.
Play action. Again over the middle. Big hit for the first down again. Declan Ford takes the hit. Sterney 4 of 4 here in the early going.
Loyola has certainly seen something in the film study that says that they can try and take advantage of that Lincoln Way East secondary because they're breaking with tendency early in this game. Loyola loves to use 1 and 2 tight end sets, and they've been in a 2 tight end set almost all game and have thrown the ball a ton.
On the ground. No gain on the play. Luke Foster got the carry. Foster, sophomore that began the season on the sophomore team. He had to take over for Drew McPherson and Will Niemesheim, the number 2 and number 1 running backs. He came in as a sophomore, and he has been absolutely spectacular. Second round game, he had 171 yards and 20 carries. No gain on that play. Sterney steps up, waits, delivers, knocked away. That was Zach Welker breaking up the pass for the Griffins.
Yeah, that's a veteran quarterback there. Being able to step up, allow the play to develop. Does a good job. Just throws the ball a little bit too far behind his intended receiver there.
He was looking to get it to Jack Fitzgerald. 3rd down and 10. Crowd roars on both sides of the field.
This is when you go to a guy like Ford.
They back off on the blitz. Sterney, a little bit of room to the outside, throwing on the run, knocked down. Coverage on the play for Lincoln Way East, Stephen Guest Gardner.
Looks like Quinn Foley was the receiver on the comeback route on the outside. Sterney's always going to try and keep his eyes downfield. Might have had some room to run there, but not sure if he could have gotten the first down. Wise decision to try and get the ball threaded in there to Foley. But really, really good defense by Lincoln Way.
Mikey Baker doubles as the punter as well as place kicker for Loyola, 36-yard average. And not a pretty one here. He'll get a nice roll out of it.
Great roll.
To the 29-yard line.
Well, I think Lincoln Way Dave has done exactly what they needed to do after that first play. They have settled down. They moved the ball a little bit on that offensive drive right after Loyola went with the trickery to start the game. Little flea flicker. They moved the ball a little bit, got a big stop on defense. I think they're kind of into the rhythm of the game now. And after a poor punt, which looked like there was some pressure, maybe it got, did that get deflected? I don't know. It's tough to see from that angle there if it hit a Loyola Rambler on its way out.
Decent field position for Lincoln Way East. They'll get it to the 32-yard line. Wazinski, who's carried the ball on first down on each of the first 3 possessions.
And while it doesn't look like Lincoln Way is getting very much on first down with those inside runs, they've got to continue to try and establish that inside run if they want to beat Loyola. Their offensive line's pretty big and physical. What they do, though, is they wear you down. They've done that all season long, has Lincoln Way's offense. They got to continue to try and pound on this this Loyola front four.
Sterney, a little bit too much as he was once again looking for Cook. You can see when that left his hand, he really didn't have a shot for Cook, who was headed down that far sideline.
Because I don't know if Lincoln Way is going to be able to take the top off the defense like that against Loyola. I don't think those shots are going to be there very often for the Griffins. So if you are Lincoln Way East, you have got to try and continue to establish that run game and run the ball inside, even if it looks like you're running into a brick wall of 4 Loyola Ramblers for only 2 or 3 yards. Continue to do that, and in the second half, those holes start to open up.
On the rollout, Tischer will reverse his field. He's got some room to the outside. He'll be close to the first down. Now, he made the decision to cut it back. I just wonder what would have happened if he'd have kept it turning out to the outside.
Trust your speed, kid. Yeah. Trust your speed and go. Because what happens when you reverse field here once and then try and stick your foot in the ground and do it twice, you run right into a guy going to Ann Arbor, Michigan next fall in Brooks Bar, who swallows you up. I don't know what they're waiting for here. Is it going to be a measurement?
Close enough to bring the chains out. we stretch? And nope. By that much.
So decision time early on here for Coach Bonar. Decisions.
What do you think here? 4th down. What, maybe 8 inches?
I don't know. It's tough to tell who some of the assistant coaches are here, but he looked around and I think took a straw poll, and one of his coaches said, have to. Said, do we go for it? And I think he said, have to.
Well, here we go. What a way to close out the first quarter. Tischer up under center. Offensive line with that stand-up move that John Holisek was wondering about, and they're going to let this clock run out here. One would think, nope, they're going to snap it. Tischer's going to have to get a push from behind. I don't know if he got it.
The official on the far sideline, as he runs in, if he's going to spot the ball, is going to give him enough, it looks like.
That's how it's going to go. Big conversion on 4th and short to close out the first quarter. Drama early. We had drama really early. 80-yard touchdown pass got the scoring going, and this sneak will take us into the second quarter. Push, push, push. Dave Bernhardt, Chris Highland, high atop Memorial Stadium. Let's meet the third member of our announcing crew, Casey Standehart.
Dave, Chris, thank you so much. It's familiar territory for Loyola head coach John Holisek. He's back here at Memorial Stadium. He's a former U of I football player. He also played 9 seasons in the NFL. Coach told me he's developed a softer side over the years. He's enjoyed the fellowship and the bonding that his coaching careers have provided him. Holisek said, I've become an emotional coach. I've learned to savor the moment and make sure this one sinks in and resonates. He added, I've realized life is fleeting, and he tells his players to take advantage of every moment.
Well, thank you very much, Casey. And he has obviously been successful in whatever approaches he has taken in his playing and coaching career. Griffins want to go deep early. Take a look at the former Marian Catholic star as well. Second is 185th win season. He has won 185 games, lost only 36 in 17 years. That's 2 losses per season over the course of a 17-year career. Second down. Hard-earned yardage for Kwasinski up the middle. I think we could say that all night long here going against that defensive front for Loyola Academy.
You got to wonder what goes through a running back's mind when you're playing a front four like this. And every time you get the ball and you know it's inside run, you know you're going to run into those guys. I've always wondered that. I mean, what does Kwasinski think when he hears his number called? I mean, and no, you just got to lower your shoulder and go. I tell you what, I hope for his sake that those holes start to open up here pretty soon as his big offensive line continues to push against that front four from Loyola.
Sarauskas takes a big hit, makes the catch. Boy, he had to know he was going to get labeled.
And he jumps right up. Just your typical stick route there. 2 of the wide receivers run a stick route. The outside guy runs the go route. And it's an easy read for Tischer. He just reads that outside linebacker, and whichever one of those 2 stick routes, those 5-yard outs that the linebacker covers, you throw the opposite one. They're doing a nice job of getting Tischer in rhythm early in this game.
Now it's a 6th first down for the Griffins. Kwasinski will try to stretch it. Keeps those feet moving. Get inside the 45-yard line. Already 7 carries for James Kwasinski.
Yeah, and a little bit more success as they stretch the ball outside, you see there. I mean, the more you can try and work to the outside, and if you can gain that edge against Loyola, I think you might have a little bit more success that way. So they get it to 2nd and 5 here after that stretch zone play.
Only a 3-yard advantage for Loyola. 107 to 104. 80 of those 107 yards came on the touchdown pass to get the offensive night started for the Ramblers. Sterney going deep. Just off the hands. It's a intended receiver, Curtin, along that right sideline.
So I think this is the 4th or maybe 5th time that they've tried to go deep already in this game. And every single time they are going after Joe Auer. Every single time. 21, Joe Auer has stepped up and made a play. He is step for step with these Lincoln Way East wide receivers. And I'm telling you, there's other teams that tried to go after him as well in the playoffs. And some of them were successful, but other times he went step for step with them and did a great job. You see him here go to safety as they bring in another DB on this 3rd and long.
Tischer 6 for 10 from the night. He's going to throw again, or not. He'll tuck it under. He'll squirt through, and he should have that first down. Great recognition, great drive.
That's what Lincoln Way East football is all about. 9 yards the hard way for Braden Tischer. Watch his offensive line come to his rescue. He squirts away from 2 tackles. He gets stood up by 2 Loyola Ramblers. And his offensive line comes to help him get a few extra yards and get the first down.
Boy, that is really impressive, the reaction that they had when they knew Tischer was going to take off.
These boys don't stand around the pile if you're Lincoln Way East. They're going to get in on the action, and I think that all comes from the top. Head coach Rob Bonar does a really nice job of getting these guys ready for this game.
Tischer pump. Now he'll run. Tischer looking for the sideline. He finds it. That'll be a 6-yard pickup on first down.
After you get 9, the really, really hard way, every once in a while it's not so bad to try and find that sideline, right? It looked like he was running for his life there.
He was zeroed in on it.
Yeah, it looked like that time he was just fine with taking the sideline. Every once in a while, no matter how tough you are at quarterback, it's good to save yourself from a couple of those hits.
Long drive here for the Griffins. This will be the 12th play of this drive. Tischer quickly to the right side. Sarauskas has it, gets a block to the outside. Sarauskas inside the 25 and another first down. 4 catches for Cade Sarauskas. That was a nice grab right there by Sarauskas to pick it up off his shoelaces.
Yeah, right off the turf there. Gets the first down. Really, really nice drive that Lincoln Way East is putting together here.
4 first downs on the drive that started with 1:25 to play in the first quarter. We'll get it to the near side to Sarauskas. We'll get yardage to just outside the 15.
This is pass complete to Sarauskas. Tackle by
Sarauskas, only a junior. This Lincoln Way team, they return 18 starters, Dave. 4 underclassmen still starting on the offensive side of the ball. One of them being Sarauskas. The other one is their quarterback, Braden Tischer. I mean, this is a team that last year was young. Even this year, by 8A football standards, I would still say is a pretty young team.
And very uncharacteristic for Lincoln Way East, who basically, just like Loyola Academy, just moves class by class by class, and usually is a senior-dominated class. Little delay from Tischer. Boy, he has some quick feet. Not a big guy, right? 165 pounds, but he can get you going in a hurry.
Yeah, but talk about quick feet as well. On the defensive side of the ball, it was Brooks Barr. Not very many defensive ends are going to run down the line of scrimmage and make a play on a kid like Tischer like that. On the draw, usually those defensive ends are working upfield pretty quickly, but Barr has great awareness on the defensive line and knows how to work off blocks. Does a nice job to come down the line of scrimmage and stop Tischer from getting the first down.
Barr, who weighed 240 last year, goes up to 280 this season and still maintains that speed. Kwasinski tries to go up and over as he needed about a yard for a first down.
I don't know if he got it when he went up and over, but by the time he comes down, I think he actually does get it. He keeps his feet moving, and that'll move the chains. Yeah, watch this. So he jumps, gets stunted right there, but then look, after he gets back down to the ground, gets the extra yard that he needs.
This will be the 16th play of this drive. We're coming up on the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Olay in motion. Kwasinski up the middle. Pushes forward to about the 6. Boy, has this been an impressive drive no matter how this ends.
Yeah, for Lincoln Way to come back and be able to put this together, really other than that very first play from Loyola, Lincoln Way has dominated this football game. Time of possession, the yards, they're doing a really nice job of moving methodically against what is a stout front for Loyola Academy.
And that defense front have been on the field a long time here in the second quarter. Cook goes all the way through. Stay on the ground. Kwasinski takes first contact. Ball will get to the 5.
So on that play, Jimmy Curtin lined up at tight end, one of the go-to wide receivers for Lincoln Way East. You're going to see them move all of their playmakers around on the field. One of them right there, P.D. Olalei.
Big third down here. A long 2. Tischer under pressure. He's going down. Here they came with Evan McCarthy.
So that's a tendency that Loyola has shown throughout the playoffs, is they want to bring pressure on third down. And that's the second time that they've done it from the field on third down here in the state title game. The first time it happened, Tischer had a back in the backfield to help him pick up the pressure. That time they were 5 wide and he didn't have a chance.
Carter Nair from 30 yards out. And it is good. Nair on the season, now 7 for 7 in field goals. Lincoln Way East gets points. A long drive. And we have a 7-3 game here in your 8A championship game.
Play.
Rob Zavonar just watched his team go 57 yards in 19 plays and took 9 minutes off the clock to that field goal. That's kind of a good news, bad news situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you can be disappointed with the way that you march down the field against Loyola at about 3 yards a clip. But to come away with only 3, I think there's got to be a bit of disappointment. But the way their defense is playing, I mean, who knows?
The return to the 20 and just beyond. It's Quinn Foley. Loyola Academy will get the ball. Let's take a look at how these teams got here. Lincoln Way East from Frankfort finds their way to Memorial Stadium. You have to go a little bit farther north for Loyola Academy for their trip to get down here, north suburbs of Wilmette. They have been on a collision course all season long. The only question was, were they going to be on opposite sides of the bracket? John Holisick knew somewhere along the way they would meet. They've met 4 times in the last 5 years in the playoffs. As Chris mentioned earlier, last year it was a quarterfinal win for Loyola, 3-0. Ramblers eliminated in the next round, but here they are, both these teams here in a state championship game. Here's your OSF starting lineups for Loyola. There's your skill position players. Sterney with the flag down just to see accelerator past the line of scrimmage. Well, it just doesn't seem like we have seen the Loyola offense on the field very much tonight, right? We have a 1-play touchdown drive. They moved the ball a little bit the next time.
Holding. Offense, number 50. 10-yard penalty, second down.
Penalty goes against the Ramblers. OSF starting lineups defensively for Lincoln Way East. Kane O'Rourke and Hank Rivetto, older brothers, both played at Lincoln Way East. And we talked about that defensive side. Jake Cian in the middle, flanked by Durkin and Nevinger. Defensive backs will be tested tonight. J.T. Poynton, DJ Ritter, along with Zach Welker and Stephen Gist-Gardner. Sterney floats it out to the left side. Spencer Ledbetter will take that hit out of bounds. That stops the clock. Now let's keep that clock rolling. 3:20 and on the move.
Yeah, there's going to be very few possessions in this first half for either team, and we haven't mentioned Jake Sienna very much early in this game, but that's because Loyola's doing a really nice job of spreading the ball out, moving from sideline to sideline as they go 5 wide here on a 3rd and very long. This is when a guy like Jake Sterney can shine at quarterback.
Retreats, waits in the pocket, now he sprints out of it. Sterney on the move, they'll tuck it and go. Sturney across the 30. He knows where he had to get for a first down, and I believe he got it.
He got just enough. He got just enough. There's a flag late. I think it's going to be after the play, though.
Zach Welker ended up in front of in the midst, actually, of the Loyola bench after Sturney went out of bounds. Welker was about 8 yards downfield from where Sturney went out. This will be a crucial call. Our referee is Ad Owen from Mattoon, joined by Chris Hartbank, Mike Nichols, Dave Purvis, and Matt Brown.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 48. After the play was over, we made the line to gain. We will go back 15 yards. It will be 1st and 10.
Number 48 is Colin Scheid. He's an inside linebacker. What does that mean? He was on the sideline.
Yeah, you're correct. And he is getting an earful from his coaches right now because it sounds like something was said on the sideline to a couple of Lincoln Way East players who came over to push Jake Sturney out of bounds. Now, it was after the play, so Loyola does get the first down, but it pushes them back quite a ways.
4 out on the pattern, and Sturney's down at the 5-yard line. He never had a chance with Hank Rivetto, number 96, bearing down on him.
Lincoln Way East is really dialing up the pressure here on Jake Sturney. That defensive line averages 6'3", 218 pounds, but man, they are quick. They run that 4-2-5 defense, and those 4 front defensive linemen for Lincoln Way East can get after the quarterback.
That was a loss of 14 on the sack. And Sturney doesn't like what he sees. A timeout with exactly 2 minutes to play in the first half.
Timeout. Loyola Academy, their first timeout of the first half.
Sturney will head to the sidelines for a timeout. We'll take one as well. 2 minutes to play. First half. 8A championship football. 7-3 lead for Loyola Academy.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Back in the corner of the end zone here at Memorial Stadium. Loyola Academy with the ball. You know, we had that 15-yard penalty moments ago. I said the number 48, Colin Scheid, may have been the culprit in that one. However, another 48 on Loyola Academy, Garvin St. John, was also on that sideline for the Ramblers. But nevertheless, it's 2nd down and 24 yards to go from the 5-yard line for the Ramblers. From the end zone, Sturney runs out of the pressure. He'll just barely get beyond the line of scrimmage. Oh my goodness, the quickness that you mentioned, that defensive line for Lincoln Way East.
And Coach Bonar wants a timeout here. He's going to waste, or not waste, I should say, burn his timeouts on defense here because he wants to make Loyola punt this ball backed up in their own end zone, and they need one more stop on a 3rd down to make that happen. Just a strange drive here for Loyola, as this is going to be the 2nd time that they've faced 3rd and 15 plus. Almost from the exact same spot. They got the first down, then it's backed them all the way up.
We have 10 points scored in this ball game. We had a whole lot more scored earlier today. We got started at 10 o'clock this morning in a thriller. Nazareth Academy, 1-point win, 45-44 over Peoria. Then East St. Louis scored 57 points, got a running clock on Prairie Ridge in that 6A championship. Mount Carmel ran out to a 28-0 lead over Batavia to win the 7A title, the 14th state championship in Mount Carmel history. And here we have a couple of heavyweights slugging it out here in the 8A championship. Loyola's run 13 plays. 5 have gone for 0 yards or negative yards. They'll run it. Not taking any chance on a turnover in this part of the field.
Another timeout here by Lincoln Way East. Coach Vonar, their head coach, calls the defense, and he's done a really nice job here in the first half. Other than that very first play from scrimmage where Loyola went 80 to the house.
And that was on a flea flicker, so it was not necessarily the conventional type 80-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it leads to this 7-3 lead with 1:43 to play in the half.
Just about 120 yards of total offense for Loyola in the half. 80 of them on one play. Lots of discussion going on the Lincoln Way East side about how they can maybe dial up some pressure here to get after this punt. The first punt from Loyola today was not great. And now you're punting back into the wind here at Memorial Stadium, which has picked up a little bit since the sun went down. We've avoided the rain that was in the forecast, but a little bit of wind should give Loyola really, really good field position.
This is the direction that Mikey Baker will be punting, and there is Baker right there in the end zone for the Ramblers.
And Lincoln Way's got 3 returners back, so they're going to try and set up a return here.
They're lined up at the 45-yard line. Baker gets it away. High kick. This will be a fair catch. Boy, that's a good job there by Baker.
Great punt.
1:36 and 1 timeout remaining for Lincoln Way East here in the first half.
So they're going to have to pick the tempo up here just a little bit from that last drive. Can't go 19 plays in 9 minutes. But they've only got about 46, 47 yards to go here. It's an offense that has big play potential. They've really challenged Loyola's secondary already tonight. Let's see if they do it early in this drive.
Titcher, 8 of 12 tonight from the air, but he's going to run this one. He's going to look for the sidelines. That will stop the clock after the short pickup.
That's where the big plays have come from in this game so far for Lincoln Way East. It's been the feet of Braden Tischer. A couple of big runs by their junior quarterback is how they've been able to get chunk yards off of this Loyola defense. It hasn't necessarily been with balls downfield.
Tischer, right side, the battle, incomplete. Once again, looking for Curtin. Looking for an offensive pass interference call was Joe Auer.
I don't know how many more times you can go at Joe Auer. I mean, he answers the bell every single time. My goodness. I've been so impressed with the way that he's been able to play the deep ball at his defensive back position in this first half.
Lincoln Way East 3 of 7 on third downs, and they're faced with the 3rd and 5 here.
So this is when Loyola has dialed up the pressure. Let's see if they bring that outside linebacker one more time. They do. He's from the top of the screen.
Instead, over the middle, Sorowskis, the intended receiver, at about the 15-yard line. And that's a quick 3 and out with 1:20. Not much time left the clock on this possession.
So that time Lincoln Way East tried to Loyola tried to disguise that blitz a little bit more. They sent that linebacker out to the top of your screen, what looked like in pass coverage, and then as soon as the ball is snapped, he comes off of that number 2 wide receiver and blitzes. Tischer does a nice job of identifying that and trying to get it to that wide receiver, but the safety's right there for the defense.
Nobody deep for Loyola. Justo looks for that corner. And takes a hop into the end zone. Well, after a 9-minute drive, Lincoln Way East with the ball starting at the 47-yard line and out of bounds, a couple incomplete passes. That was a 16-second possession for the Griffins. Let's see how the Ramblers choose to play these last 72 seconds.
I think when you got that guy right there, number 15, I think you got to take a couple of shots. I mean, why not? The kid's got it all. He looks the part. He's thrown for 35 touchdowns and over 2,100 yards on the year.
Yeah. Well, I think they're going to... What?
Come on, Coach. I want to see fireworks. Okay, fine. We've had a great half.
Yeah,
Why? Come on. I guess we shouldn't push our luck, huh?
I got to tell you, that was very genuine, Chris.
I'm just... Hey, listen. Everybody in the state has waited 2 days to watch these two teams battle. So why not? Let's give the people what they want. Let's be honest.
I think the people are clamoring for another kneel down here.
I tell you, you can't complain, though, about this half. What a great half of football we've had. We've been spoiled for the first 24 minutes of football between these two teams.
You know, this is what we thought we could get.
Yeah.
Exactly like this. One big play from Loyola. It was on their first play from scrimmage, an 80-yard touchdown pass. Lincoln Way gets a field goal on a 19-play drive that took 9 minutes. And we're going to go into the locker room here in just a moment with a 7-3 game here in your 8A championship game.
Well, and anybody who's not been watching, you know, might say, 7-3, no reason for me to turn that game on. Well, not necessarily true. I mean, this is a really good football game. If you haven't been watching, I mean, this is two teams who are battling it out toe-to-toe, great defenses, pretty good offense on both sides as well. Both just need to convert at the end of drives.
Let's go down to Casey Standahart.
Here with Loyola head coach John Holasek, coach, and a flea flicker 80-yard touchdown pass to start things off, then a huge sack from Emmett McCarthy in the red zone. How much confidence do those big-time plays give your team?
Well, it would be nice to have a couple more of them. You know, we've kept them out of the end zone, which is nice, but, you know, they drove the ball. We have been very static here in the second quarter, so we have our work to do. We know it's going to be a long game.
What will be said at halftime to clean up some of those penalties?
We'll watch some film, and obviously the sideline one should never happen. One of our guys thinking he's protecting someone, it should never happen. But you know, the holding calls sometimes do happen. I'm not too bad at that, but Jake's got to have an idea of when to get the ball out of his hands.
Coach, thanks.
All right, thank you very much, KC. As John Holasek will head to that locker room. He has that halftime lead thanks to this play right here. Sterney to Ford. That's the difference in the game. 7-3 here at the half.
From the days of the one-room schoolhouse, public schools have always been the heart of our community. It's where our students learn and are inspired to dream big, where we cheer on our teams under Friday night lights, and where parents, teachers, students, and loved ones come together as one. Now, more than ever, our public schools unite us. This message is brought to you by the Illinois Education Association, IEA, because we are stronger, united.
For extraordinary moments in life, you should never have to settle for ordinary healthcare coverage. That's why at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we put the extra in our plans. Extra me time to catch up on your faves, with telehealth visits included. Extra peace of mind, knowing a nurse line is here 24/7 for those unexpected moments. Visit us at bcbsilextra.com to enroll. Because extraordinary coverage should come with extraordinary extras.
How do you predict the future? You create it. You build a foundation, pave a path forward, soak up the journey, and turn experiences into something life-changing. At Illinois State University, we deliver on what every college should promise you: the opportunity and tools to write your legacy every day. The rest is up to you. What will you create? Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student-athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Welcome back to Champaign. There you see the Lincoln Way East Griffins. They are looking at film. They trail the Ramblers of Loyola by a score of 7-3 in the 8A championship game. Hello, everybody. Kenny McReynolds in the studio. Casey Standahar has joined us from outside. I said this would be a heavyweight bout. This has really been a heavyweight defensive bout.
Well, you're right about that. Big defense, big defensive plays from Loyola. Emmett McCarthy coming up big in the red zone there to stop Lincoln Way East. But Jack McInerney said it best earlier in the other game. He said that this Lincoln Way East team is a sleeper team. They were ranked number 3 all season long, kind of a sleeper team. People forgot about them because of Mount Carmel and Loyola, but they're still in this one.
Yeah, they're still in this one. And let's go upstairs to Dave Bernhardt and Chris Highland to get their thoughts on the first half.
All right, thank you very much, Kenny. Glad that we can take a look at these highlights here as we go on, because you might say, well, how many highlights can there be, right? It's only 7-3, but boy, there have been so many little things that have happened here today. And you take a look here for Jaden Tischer. Early on, the Loyola defense was all over that quarterback.
Yeah, that front four swallowed him up on the very first drive, and then Loyola comes out with a bang. The flea flicker on the first play from scrimmage from the Ramblers. It's Sterney to Ford, 80 yards to the house. That's the only touchdown we've seen in this game. We take another look at it as Sterney unloads a strike to Ford. He hits him in stride, and he's off to the races. Ramblers up 7-0.
But the key here for me, for Lincoln Way, they'll get this field goal after an incredible 19-play, 9-minute drive. But the key, Lincoln Way East did not blink. They just settled and made things happen, and then all of a sudden that defensive line came up huge.
So that drive from Lincoln Way East really settled that team down on the visiting sideline, and I tell you what, they've done an outstanding job on the offensive side and the defensive side, really controlling this game, actually, is Lincoln Way East after just that very first play on the offensive side of the ball for the Loyola Ramblers.
You know, and to that point, we'll take a look at the stats in a little bit, and you will see the numbers belonging to Lincoln Way East. Time of possession, I haven't seen that number yet, but that's got to be very crucial, and got to give a lot of confidence to the Lincoln Way East fans moving forward.
Well, you're right. I think they're right in this football game. I don't think there's anything that they should be upset about. After that very first play, yeah, they got down 7-0. They spotted the Ramblers a touchdown, but you know what? Lincoln Way East has a lot of momentum heading into this second half.
All right, that's our thoughts from up here. Let's go back to the studio and Kenny McReynolds and Casey Standahar.
Thanks, guys. Well, Casey, what do you think Lincoln Way East has to do to get on the scoreboard, or at least into the end zone?
Well, they have to find holes, right? They have to be able to be aggressive on offense. But I worry about Loyola, because if they can clean up those penalties, they will be lethal in the second half.
Yeah, they're always known for their defense. It's going to be a great second half. Let's take a timeout. We will be back with more at halftime following this brief timeout. You're watching the Class 8A State Championship game on the IHSA Television Network. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium in Champaign. We are at halftime of the Class 8A championship game. Loyola leads Lincoln Way East by a score of 7-3. Now let's take a look at our halftime stats brought to you by Loyola. Start your construction career today at LoyolaCareers.org. Well, they talked about in the booth the time of possession. Here's what you wanted to see, Dave. 17 minutes to 6 minutes. Lincoln Way East, they trailed the game, but they have dominated the time of possession. Loyola, only 16 total plays, 9 rushing yards, 121 total yards. Lincoln Way East, 139 total yards. Not a lot of offense when you only have a 7-3 game. We'll be back with the second half of the Class 8A championship. You're watching high school football on the IHSA television network.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
This is the great state where you'll find hearts bigger, beating truer, and always wide open. Country miles with never-ending pride, virtues and values, and colors that run deep. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we were born and raised in the land of Lincoln. And like you, we'll always be here, standing for all. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, nationwide strong, Illinois born.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
There are more than 20,000 ways to experience Illinois State.
Hey, what's up? You ready to go to class?
What kind of Redbird will you be? Hi. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
We're at halftime of the 8A football championship game. You see Loyola with a 7-3 lead over Lincoln Way East. Not a lot of scoring in this game, but in the 7A game, there was a lot of scoring as Mount Carmel knocked off Batavia by a score of 44-20. And boy, Mount Carmel came out right out the back. Blaney Dowling was just unbelievable. Here he hits Jimmy Dacey for 11 yards. Then they come right back. The second time they get possession of the ball, they do it again for a 30-yard touchdown pass. And Dowling was not done yet as he gets another touchdown, that time to Arlington. This team was absolutely on fire. The first half, the first 5 times they touched the ball, they get into the end zone. You see Boise right there. But the Bulldogs, they didn't go down without a fight. They go on the ground, they get into the end zone, and look at the protection here. You go right open for 6 more. You have to give it to them, but again, here comes the Caravan in the third quarter. They got the running game going, and they were able to get into the end zone. Boise gets into the end zone, and again, they go to the air. On the trick play, they threw the ball all night, almost at will. They were unstoppable. They win the Class 7A state championship by the score of 44-20. Other games today in 5A, you see Nathers, they hold on in a great game. They beat Peoria 45-44. East St. Louis scored 50 unanswered points. They win 57-7. And Mount Carmel, as we just talked about, beat Batavia 44-20. And at halftime, Loyola with a 7-3 lead. Let's take a break. Back with more from Champaign following the timeout on the IHSA television network.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
From the days of the one-room schoolhouse, public schools have always been the heart of our community. It's where our students learn and are inspired to dream big, where we cheer on our teams under Friday night lights, and where parents, teachers, students, and loved ones come together as one. Now, more than ever, our public schools unite us. This message is brought to you by the Illinois Education Association, IEA, because we are stronger united.
For extraordinary moments in life, you should never have to settle for ordinary healthcare coverage. That's why at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we put the extra in our plans. Extra me time to catch up on your faves, with telehealth visits included. Extra peace of mind, knowing a nurse line is here 24/7 for those unexpected moments. Visit us at bcbsilextra.com to enroll. Because extraordinary coverage should come with extraordinary extras.
Well, we have about 230 players on the field loosening up for the second half. And one man who is standing still is right next to Casey Standhart. That's Rob Zvonar.
Joined by Lincoln Way East head coach Rob Zvonar. Coach, why did your team decide to stay out instead of go back in at half?
Well, it was just something we started this year, just kind of to save time. Our electronics are out here, so it's not too cold. We just stay out, and we figured if we were doing it all year, why not keep doing it?
Dominating the time of possession in this game so far. How do you continue to execute that?
Well, obviously that's great, but it doesn't reflect on the scoreboard. It doesn't really matter. So we've got to continue to try to control them defensively, and then we got to turn our long drives into more points.
Coach, thanks. Good luck. Dave, Chris, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Casey. So, yeah, you can talk about time of possession, right, Chris? But it doesn't matter if you got to put some ball in the end zone.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it doesn't translate into points. I love what Coach Zvonar said there. You're right. I mean, Lincoln Way East is controlling this game offensively and defensively. It's not just time of possession. It's the way that they got after the quarterback in those last two drives for Loyola. It's the way that they were able to march down the field and control not only the run game, but the quick game, the passing game that they have with their quarterback, Braden Tisher. But this is going to be an outstanding second half. We're in for a great finish here in this 8A title game.
Let's take a look back at how these teams reached Champaign. And Chris, I know you've got some numbers here, and we take a look at Loyola first. Their path to Champaign, the big win over Plainfield South, really stuck it to Edwardsville, rushing for an average of 9.6 yards per carry, and an easy win over Lions, and defensive domination against York. But your numbers in terms of the offensive totals or averages for Loyola in their playoff run.
Almost 38 points a game is what Loyola is averaging there. As you see, they've dominated in those first four games in the playoffs. Almost 38 points. They've only got 7 here at halftime. Lincoln Way East doing a really nice job against Loyola.
And here's how Lincoln Way East made here to the state championship ball game. The Griffins, after a big win over Conant, maybe a deceptively close score against Neuqua Valley, outlasted the Wildcats in that one. Then knocked off Gurnee Warren. Now, the last time Lincoln Way East won a state title, they defeated Warren. Then Glenbard West came in and just absolutely were stomped by Lincoln Way East. And again, you see big offensive numbers there as well.
You do, but what stands out to me is they've only given up 2 scores in 2 of those ball games. I mean, what a job that defense has done. And they're doing an outstanding job as well here tonight. You know, they scored 31 straight on Glenbard in that semifinal game. I mean, these Lincoln Way East Griffins know how to capitalize on momentum. And let's see if they can get some momentum to start the second half here.
Well, Lincoln Way East will be kicking off to Loyola. So how much of a believer are you, Chris Hyland, in terms of that first possession of the second half?
Well, I think it's huge for Loyola because, honestly, they've stalled significantly on their last 2 drives. They only touched the ball 4 times, I believe, in the first half, maybe even just 3. I can't remember exactly how many drives they had now. But on that first drive, it was the flea flicker. On the second drive, it was their quarterback, Jake Sterney, getting the ball to a number of different targets. He was really moving the ball around nicely to Ford, Foley. Ledbetter got a couple of touches on that drive, but it was the pressure from the Lincoln Way East front four in that last drive that really stalled out Loyola. So if I'm the Ramblers, I think this drive is huge for momentum and confidence for my quarterback, who's been sacked now a couple of different times, and he's not really used to that.
Exactly. So you have a first half where each team with 4 possessions in various ways, right? You mentioned Loyola being sacked or short possessions. On the other side, 9 minutes off the clock for Lincoln Way East in a 19-play drive. But we start half number 2. And this ball will head into the end zone if there is a wind advantage. It's pretty much a crosswind blowing from the opposite side of the field here to the near side. But if there is any advantage here in this half, it would be with Lincoln Way East.
Yeah, and as a coach at halftime, when you see you only get 4 possessions each in that first half, you start to count the possessions, and you kind of, in your head, start to make mental notes. Okay, what's the score now? How many possessions do we have left in this game? If I'm Loyola or if I'm Lincoln Way and I think we've only got 3 or 4 left, I got to capitalize on every single one of these starting right here.
Sterning to the air. It's about an 8-yard completion on first down.
And that's when they were really good in the first half, getting the ball to their playmakers like Spencer Ledbetter and giving Jake Sterney a clean pocket. That offensive line for Loyola is big. They are physical. They can just lay on people. But if they're going to struggle, it's going to be against the speed of this Lincoln Way East front four.
8 yards on first down.
Extra lineman in here. They're actually on a heavy set here with an additional lineman over on the right side.
And here they come that way. And Lincoln Way East is there.
Penalty flag late. A lot of extracurricular activity.
And the roar came from the Lincoln Way, or from the Loyola Academy side, and that's why a penalty will go against Lincoln Way East.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 5 on the defense. 15 yards, that'll be a
first
down.
Penalty of the game against the Griffins. Will move it 15 yards down the field, and all of a sudden, Ramblers have it at the 43-yard line.
Charlie Nevinger, the big physical linebacker, but there I think his head just got away from him.
So Jake Sterney, in his 2-year career as a starter, over 4,300 yards, now 53 touchdown passes, 5,200 all-purpose yards. He would have been a 3-year starter at quarterback had it not been for the shortened COVID year. He has a man open on the outside. It's Foley to the 45. Or make that Luke Foster out of the backfield.
Swing route there by Foster after his 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen clear the defense with a couple of vertical routes. It makes for one-on-one out there. Foster against Nevinger, who is just flagged for that personal foul penalty. He comes up and makes a nice play there in open space.
Foster, the 3rd straight time he's touched the ball, and he'll go backwards. Loss of a yard. Early crucial 3rd down here.
Jack Fitzgerald, one of the big tight ends, motioned into the formation there for Loyola. And whether it's Fitzgerald or Jack Parker, the other tight end, anytime you see them motion in to the formation, Loyola likes to run the ball, and those 2 big guys will take you to the football. There it was counter with Fitzgerald leading Foster.
Both sets of fans on their feet here for this early 3rd down in the 3rd quarter. Delivered over the middle, and that will be good for a first down. Corey Larson on the receiving end of that delivery from Sterney.
What I've been so impressed about by Jake Sterney is the way that he looks off defenders. He does a really nice job of creating space with his eyes. Moves that safety, and then that gives him space to hit the wide open receiver.
Sterney wiggles out of some trouble. He makes something out of nothing there. Jake Sterney with a relationship here at the University of Illinois. Jake's grandfather played with Ray Nitschke. One of his uncles played at Princeton. Jake Sterney going to win a state title. Long look here to the near sideline.
Same heavy set that we saw them run on 3rd and short just a moment ago.
This way again, Foster. Some quick feet. Lincoln East defense closes quickly.
You see on these run plays, Jake Sterney carrying out these ball fakes. And every so often in the playoffs, 1 or 2 times a game, usually in the second half, there will be a designed quarterback run for Jake Sterney. Just depends on when Loyola wants to call it, but you can bet that their coaches are watching those backside defenders on Lincoln Way East defense to see if they're going with the play fake, or the ball fake, I should say, from Jake Sterney, or if they're staying with the running back. 5 wide here on 3rd down.
Sterney softly to the left side and a penalty flag out.
Penalty flag, and I still think they're going to say that Ledbetter made that catch.
I thought he did.
Wow.
The penalty will go against Lincoln Way East.
Now watch it with the defender draped all over him. Does he catch it between his knees, Dave? Look at that. We might have to take another look.
Well, Spencer Ledbetter. Talk about concentration with JT Poynton hanging all over him.
Holding on the defense. 10 yards to the previous spot. 1st down.
They're still going to accept the penalty because it is a 10-yard penalty from the spot. But let's look at it one more time. He does. Look at it. Catches it between his knees. What a snag by Ledbetter.
So that extra yardage moves the ball to the 29-yard line. Couple of penalties on this drive defensively for Lincoln Way East. Longest drive of the night for Loyola. This will be the 9th play of this drive. Foster, nice little cutback. Again, Luke Foster getting the playing time because the top 2 running backs for Loyola Academy, Will Niemesheim, was injured in the Week 9 game. And then earlier this season, it was Drew McPherson who was injured. So Foster stepping into that void. Sterney to keep it. And we're going to have another 3rd down on this drive.
Well, Lincoln Way East had their long drive in the first half that kind of changed the momentum as Sterney gets up gingerly. He's taken a lot of hits here in this state title game. But now it's Loyola's turn. They're controlling the clock here to start the 3rd quarter. This drive creeping up on 5.5 minutes for Loyola.
Jake Sterney
backfield again.
Sterney a quarterback. He is committed to Colgate. He'll step up, make the call.
Looks like Lincoln Way wants to bring pressure. They've got 6 on the line of scrimmage.
Here they come. Sterney delivers. And another reception. Ledbetter again. What more can JT Poynton do?
Another great catch. Poynton draped all over him once again. Ledbetter doesn't care.
Wow.
Just making plays. Unbelievable. Well, this is exactly what it's all about, Dave. I mean, seniors stepping up and making huge plays on the biggest stage in the state. What a great game.
Loyola's had this ball for over half of this third quarter. Sterney to the end zone for Ford, and he will pull it in. Declan Ford wearing number 17 at the 17-yard touchdown reception. 3 great catches on that drive by the receivers from Loyola Academy. Second touchdown connection between Sterney and Ford.
What a drive by the Loyola Ramblers right out of the half. They take up 6 minutes and score.
And the extra point is missed. Spencer Ledbetter, a couple of great catches. Keep this drive alive. A long drive indeed. 80 yards, 11 plays. This is how this drive kept going.
The first one, he catches it between his knees. The second time on 3rd and 1 with the defender draped all over him, he's got it. And the very next play, it's not Ledbetter, but it's Ford, his second touchdown of the game. Loyola opens up a 13-3 lead.
I checked the
There's the combo right there. Declan Ford in the middle, just to his left with the headset, Jake Sterney, and this is what it looks like for the receivers for Loyola Academy here in this championship ball game.
Don't put your head down. Hey, hands.
Ford, 80 of those 110 yards coming on that touchdown. Ledbetter, big-time catches. Larson, Foster, they've all gotten touches tonight. This from the 1. That little hole closed up in a hurry. Kate Sarauskas on the return. Well, if you're in the Loyola Academy locker room and you said, what can we do that would be absolutely perfect to start the third quarter, this would have been it right here.
You can't draw it up any better, can you? You just can't. I mean, what a job here by the Loyola Ramblers coming out of halftime to take control of this game, and it ends on an absolute dime from Jake Sterney to Declan Ford. What a grab.
Getting it started here for Lincoln Way East is James Kwasinski. And, you know, that is the first play that Lincoln Way East has run. Now, if you look at your watch, not the scoreboard clock in your watch, in 35 minutes. That's the first offensive play that Lincoln Way East has run.
Wow.
So Kwasinski, yep, he's going to split out wide this time. That leaves Tischer alone in the backfield. For the run. Boy, he almost squirted through there. If it had not been for number 48, Colin Scheid, he would have had a big game. Enough for a first down, however.
Well, yeah, Lincoln Way's mixing up their defensive looks now, because the last time they went 5 wide and tried that quarterback draw, it was against just the 4-man front from Loyola. That time they had a linebacker there that's going to spy Braden Tischer. Clearly looks like a halftime adjustment from Loyola to add that linebacker into the mix, because Tischer has been really, really effective running the ball here tonight.
This time he's going to go play action. Lincoln Way East looking for a flag. It was intended for Sarauskas, but right there on the coverage was Kenny Langston.
Pretty good coverage there by Langston. It's a bang-bang play. Yes, he does get turned around a little bit, does Sarauskas, but I think it's good coverage there by Langston. So again, it's 5 wide for Lincoln Way East, and you see here, now they're in a 3-man front. They've got 2 additional linebackers crowding the line of scrimmage.
Dangerous pass. Sarauskas isn't going to get anything out of it, though. That was a long throw from left to right. A lot of maroon jerseys were there.
And because Lincoln Way East added that extra hat to the box to stop Braden Tisher, the Griffins try and go outside this time with the quick screen, but Loyola has it sniffed out. Nice job there by the Ramblers.
Ty Otteson, the cornerback, came up strong to put the clamps on Sarauskas. Now 3rd down and long. This is a big play here for Lincoln Way East. We're under 4 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Griffins down by 10. Floating it for Kwasinski, no. And the Ramblers D comes up big.
Tisher needed just a little bit more on that ball to hit Kwasinski in stride. Watch him come out of the backfield. He's one-on-one with Johnny McGuire, kind of that hybrid safety linebacker. Kwasinski had a step on him. He needed just a little bit more on that ball from Tisher. Still made a great effort. Really good defense there by McGuire, forces the punt.
Quinn Foley is back to receive this punt. A wobbler. And a sideways kick. It'll be good field position for Loyola Academy here near the 40-yard line. Last time the Ramblers had the ball, they had a touchdown. They have stretched the lead to 10. They'll get it back with 3:36 to play in the 3rd.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Rob Svonar's defense going to have to get to work here. 13-3 here with just 3:36 to play. And, you know, we were discussing during the break here, this game is all about possessions right now.
Yeah, and this is the biggest possession of the game, because if you're Loyola and you can chew up 3:36 here and get this thing to the 4th quarter with a 10-point lead, I mean, man, tough to come back if you're Lincoln Way East. They need a big stop, and they need it in a hurry.
This time Sterney will keep it, just as you called. They ran play to the right, Foster twice. This time, as you predicted, Sterney was going to go left side.
Yep, they wanted the big play right off of the change of possession. But Lincoln Way East did a really nice job of staying home there. 2 defenders to meet Jake Sterney as they force a 2nd and long. Really good job.
Long count here from Sterney. And a penalty flag comes out and came from the line judge. So I wonder if there was a little bit of movement on that offensive front.
False start, number 67 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Well, we're here at the high school
Second down.
championships. We're the home of the Fighting Illini from Illinois, and we've got some folks right there. Some Illini players. They're watching the 8A state championship.
Yeah, it looks like they may have just gotten off the bus from Evanston. Illinois beat Northwestern earlier today, 41-3. Looks like they just got back into town, and they're going to take in some high school football. Yeah, they can see themselves in the Jumbotron. Yeah, wave, guys.
Second and long. It's going to be all Sterney, and he is driven and dropped. Again, the fast rush. You see number 90, that's David Wuske, 98, Joe Bushi. Another loss of yardage.
And you're going to watch Jake Sienna come from outside of the box. He's all the way outside of the hash. And that's why he was our player to watch, because, man, he can make every single play on the field. Comes knifing through the front there for Loyola and making a huge stop.
Third down and 13. Stepping back. Hit as he throws. Deflected, incomplete, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, Loyola knows that they're struggling with that front four from Lincoln Way East. They had to bring in an extra tight end for pass protection here. As you saw, look at the twist there. The defensive tackle and the defensive end creating the pressure on Jake Sterney. They kept Jack Parker, the tight end, in for protection, and they still couldn't keep Jake Sterney clean in the pocket. Big defensive stop for Lincoln Way East.
And that broke a string of 7 straight completions by Sterney. That ball just hits and sticks. Well, I believe I said when Loyola had the ball, it may be one of the most important possessions. How about this one with the $1:32 to play in the third quarter now for Lincoln Way East, trailing by 10.
Yeah, here we go. This is exactly what they needed, a big stop, and now they need to put together a really nice drive. When they have been successful, it's been Braden Tischer getting them going with his feet and then making some big-time throws. He's not been afraid to thread the needle to some of those inside receivers. Look for them to go quick slants or something here to get him in rhythm early in this drive.
Started with Kwasinski, waiting for him to break the big one. 5-yard pickup on first down will work. Now Lincoln Way, a little bit of hurry up here. To the near side. That'll be enough for a first down, crossing through the 45-yard line for Kwasinski.
Two good runs to start the drive for their senior running back. He's got about 45 yards on the night now. Lincoln Way East is in no hurry. They got plenty of time here.
Here they come on Sterney. Boy, he is lucky to get a couple of yards there. 2, maybe 3 extra Ramblers coming hard on number 15.
If I'm Loyola, I stick with this defensive game plan. Bring pressure, because when they have, Tischer has struggled. There, he's lucky to get away and get a yard or two, but when Loyola dials up the pressure, it's been tough for Tischer and Lincoln Way East to get anything going.
This should be the final snap of the third quarter. It's Tischer. He'll get across midfield. He'll be faced with a 3rd down and 5 when we head to the fourth quarter. Touchdown, 17-yard pass to Declan Ford leads us to a 10-point lead heading to the fourth quarter.
We're back with Class 8A Championship Football. Head coach Rob Zvonar for Lincoln Way East appreciates the fact that this championship game brings him closer to home. He grew up about 20 miles from here in the town of Monticello. He dreamed of playing for U of I. His parents both went there. However, he ended up playing Division III football, but his dreams weren't all spoiled, though. Zvonar said it's been amazing to now have his sons on the field with him. Two of his sons, Tyler and Trey, on this Griffins team, and his other son is a ball boy.
All right, thank you very much. KC, as he looks on as his team faced with a crucial 3rd down and 6 here. The ball squarely in midfield as we begin the 4th quarter in your 8A championship.
Watch for Kwasinski here. They've used him a couple of times out of the backfield.
He turns. He has done that left sideline. Ball delivered. And it does not get there. I think that ball may have knocked off the helmet of Charlie Pryor. But you know, it was interesting. During the break, we were able to watch into the huddle of Lincoln Way East, and offense coordinator Joel Palisard had a very animated conversation with Kwasinski. Kind of made that little circle pattern that did go off the helmet of Pryor. Made that little circle motion to Kwasinski, and that's exactly what they were going to run coming out of it.
Yeah, they used him once or twice on big 3rd downs out of the backfield, ran that rail route up the seam. That time they try and get him out in space to make a play. As that ball hits a Loyola Rambler, that's a live ball. Somebody's got to get on that. Didn't that hit a Loyola player?
I'm not sure who it got.
That hit a Rambler.
That was a low line drive, and that's exactly what Lincoln Way East is asking. The whistle had blown, however, they've taken the ball into the end zone. Now, this will be a very interesting ruling here.
Let's see what happens here. That definitely hit a Loyola Rambler. Now, they can't advance the ball, so Lincoln Way East can't score a touchdown here, but this should be Griffin's ball.
I don't know.
It wasn't 58. I don't know if we have another wide shot there, maybe.
I thought I heard 2 sounds. You know, the foot hitting the ball and then one more.
Yeah. Wow, this is a crucial call. Okay, let's look at the wide shot here. Wow, they're going to give it to Loyola. But watch. It's right there.
Yes, you're
it's
right.
48.
You're right. That hit Colin Scheid.
Man.
The touching by the red was in the neutral zone, expanded, and is therefore disregarded.
The neutral zone expanded. Holy cow, I don't know how far that neutral zone expands, but I'm going to have to trust the officials that they know what they're talking about here.
Boy, what a crucial play, no matter which way it went.
All right, let's take a look at it just one more time. You heard the call from the official. Because the ball was touched and the neutral zone expanded, it's not 58, it's 48 right there. I can't tell, though, how close that was to the original line of scrimmage. Anyway, we play on. Loyola, 2nd down.
Flag from way back from the back judge, thrown towards that pile. Ryan Craddock had that carry, and that will be a hold against the Ramblers. Boy, back to that punt. That you don't see too many.
On the offense, number 3, 10-yard penalty.
You don't see that many strange plays in such a crucial moment in a huge game.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the officials all came together. They seemed to know exactly what the ruling was by saying that that ball was touched in the neutral zone, extended. Not sure how far that extends. It probably was pretty close to the line of scrimmage when that ball was touched, so we play on.
And another penalty flag.
Dead ball, false start, offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
And this has been a strange 5 minutes here.
It sure has. And regardless of what the right or wrong call was there, that decision made by the officials has rallied or unified that Lincoln Way East sideline and fan base. And they are certainly all in here, willing their Griffins to get a stop, to get the ball back.
Motion from Craddock. Craddock in space. He'll stretch forward. Still 10 yards to go for a first down.
That's a really good play by Nevinger. It's so tough when you're one-on-one out there with a really athletic wide receiver to make that play and stop the yards after catch. Brings up big 3rd and 10. Lincoln Way East has all their timeouts left and plenty of time on this clock to get 2 scores, but they got to get the stop here.
Loyola 2 of 4 on 3rd downs in this half. Faced with 10 yards here. Over the middle, a big hand on the ball. It came from Hank Rivetto. Rivetto, 6'3", 230-pounder, number 96. His brother played at Lincoln Way East. So the Griffins will get the ball.
Loyola with the wind at their back here. Lincoln Way East needs to make sure this ball doesn't go over their head. That way they can try and get some sort of return on it and not get pinned way deep in their own end.
Baker gets it away. And it will slowly roll dead to the 22-yard line. So that punt gives Lincoln Way East possession. The previous punt, though, was an adventure.
It sure was. This is a new one to add to your football vocabulary. The neutral zone extended, but Lincoln Way East gets the ball back.
How do you predict the future? You create it. You build a foundation, pave a path forward, soak up the journey, and turn experiences into something life-changing. At Illinois State University, we deliver on what every college should promise you: the opportunity and tools to write your legacy every day. The rest is up to you. What will you create? Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
In a day full of high-scoring games, we have anything but that here, but it's a thriller in your 8A championship game as we go to the 4th quarter. Lincoln Way East, all they've been able to muster tonight has been a field goal after a long drive. Left go about 80 yards for a score here. For Casey Standahar and Chris Highland, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Glad you joined us here for this entire day, entire weekend of football. Hang on here for this 4th quarter. We only have 9:20 to play.
And it's going to go quick. Lincoln Way has had a 9-minute drive already in this game. They can't take up all 9 here. They need 2 scores, so they're going to have to pick up their tempo and try and get some chunk plays.
Tischer will leave himself about 5 yards short of a first down. Tischer with his 17th carry of the night. He and Kwasinski, the only people who have carried the ball for the Griffins. 3rd down and 3. Rambler defense digging in.
Timeout by Loyola. They want to talk a little bit about it. We haven't called Brooks Barr's name in a little while. This would be a good time for the senior to come up and make a huge play.
We'll take a break. We come back. Crucial third down with 8:22 to play.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
The IHSA Football State Championships are being brought to you in part by Country Financial, proud partner of the IHSA, and by Loyola. Start your career in construction at LoyolaCareers.org.
Third down and 3. The Loyola sideline. Keeping an eye on the Loyola defense. Here they come. Ball delivered. Good for a first down. What a throw to Jimmy Curtin, and what a catch along that far sideline.
Another third down and another play where Loyola brings pressure. It's from the field again. 48 coming off the edge. It's picked up well as the offensive line fans their protection that way to cover the blitz and gives Braden Tisher enough time to throw a strike to the sideline.
Kwasinski looking for that one hole. He's not been able to find it for big-time yardage here tonight, but he's been getting those 3, 4, 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job of setting up second and medium for Lincoln Way East, giving them just about every option in the playbook. One of these is going to spit for big yards. It's just a matter of when.
There's only 7:45 to play.
It's got to be soon. We talked about that. Lincoln Way East offensive line doing a good job against this front four of Loyola. They got to create a hole here soon.
It's not going to be this time. That door absolutely slammed shut. Brooks Barr was in on that play.
So was Colin Scheid. Johnny McGuire, that entire Loyola defense coming up big for the Ramblers on second down there. As you get further and further along in this game, the more important these third down conversions become.
McGuire 1 of 3 on third downs. Throwing back the other way, and what a snag! Great hands from Curtin. What a throw from Tisher.
Yeah, you saw that play develop as Tisher rolls to his right. He's got to stick his foot in the ground and throw that ball all the way back across the field to Jimmy Curtin. What a throw. Watch the junior here. He knows that that's his safety valve there the whole time. It was a 3-receiver route. He had 2 going that way to the right side, and then he had the 1 on the backside, and it was Curtin, the third option, who gets the ball.
Illegal substitution. Players entered the game and then left the game.
Ball creeping into Loyola territory.
Please reset the game clock to 6:48. 6:48. Play clock to 40.
Curtin here. Watch him from the tight end spot come all the way across the field. Nice job there. Loyola knew that play was coming. They still couldn't stop it. McGuire with some pretty good defense, but an even better catch by Curtin.
So it's first down and 5. See number 2 there, James Kwasinski. The 11th carry he's had on first down tonight. Gets a couple yards there. We'll get a little breather. Number 94, Mickey Cannavella. 92, Joe Kelly. Then tough inside for Loyola Academy. Tischer may have hesitated just a bit too long to squirt through. Joe Kelly gets a hand on him and brings him down.
Yeah, that hole closed up quickly. That was not a designed quarterback run. We've seen quarterback draw a couple of different times from Lincoln Way East. Not there. Waited just a few too many seconds. And Joe Kelly makes a huge play.
Boy, this clock is ticking down. We're under 5:40.
Yeah, I think Lincoln Way East has to start to speed this up a little bit. If I'm the Griffins, I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable.
On this drive, Lincoln Way East has converted twice on third down. They're faced with another one here. This is a design quarterback run, and he will be 1.5 yards, maybe 2 short.
Who's going to come out from the bottom of that pile? It's Brooks Barr, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. That's who I thought made the stop. And Tischer comes up limping. Oh, no.
Officials timeout. Number 99 lost his helmet and will need to be replaced for 1 down.
Well, and Brooks Barr will have to come out. You heard he lost his helmet, but for Braden Tischer, he is not comfortable right now.
No, and Ethan Hogue also in on that stop.
4th down and 2. We're under 5 minutes to play.
This is the ball game right here. If I'm Lincoln Way East, the clock's ticking. I might even think about taking a timeout here. It's got to be the best play you've run all year if you're the Griffins. And if I'm them, I'm keeping the ball in 15's hands.
He does have it. Makes the cut. He's not going to get there. Number 33, Johnny McGuire in. Number 88, Jack Parker. And the Loyola Academy Ramblers turn away Lincoln Way East. Give credit to Emma McCarthy, number 41. He's the one that forced Sterney to come back inside.
He set the edge, did a nice job, and then Parker and McGuire are there to meet Braden Tischer. Tischer's been outstanding for Lincoln Way East all night. You had to keep the ball in his hands. I said it right before that play. They do, and just not enough to get the first down.
Now it's a matter for Loyola Academy. Boy, if they can get 1 first down here with this 10-point lead, it'd be a very, very special moment arriving soon for the Ramblers.
Now, Lincoln Way's only got, they've got 3 timeouts here. Coach Vonar electing to hold one of them. You have to assume that after second down, he's going to use one. 2 of the tight ends split out to the top. Usually they motion one in. Let's see if they do on this play.
Braddock gets the call. It'll be 3rd down and long. Two touchdown passes tonight from Jake Sterney to Declan Ford. And this is what makes high school sports so great, right? You have Declan Ford, Jake Sterney, Parker, all live within 6 blocks of each other. All grew up together, and here they are, just 3:15 away from a state championship. Been football teammates since 4th grade. And here come the penalty flags.
And was there a second too early?
against Lincoln Way East on the interference call.
Pass interference on the defense, number 16, 15-yard penalty will result in a first down.
There's the 7th penalty of the night against Lincoln Way East, and it will give Loyola Academy a first down under 3 minutes to play with a 10-point lead.
Yeah, Connor Durkin, 86 tackles on the year. The 5'11" junior, just a few seconds too early on his pass coverage there. He's one of 6 underclassmen who start on this Lincoln Way East team.
Well, they'll throw the ball. That's quite surprising, in throwing it to the edge as well.
Get some yards, but stop the clock.
Yeah.
Seems like the hourglass is turned over here for Lincoln Way East, and the seconds are ticking away on a team that went 13-0 in its first 13 weeks. Lincoln Way East, clearly the top 2 teams in the state here in 8A, facing off in the state title game, and Loyola about ready to slam the door shut on this one.
Throwing it wide again. Corey Larson will pull in another one. It's 3rd and short. And that will force a timeout.
Timeout. White.
With this timeout, it's now time for the Menards play of the game. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. Wind the tape all the way back. First play from scrimmage for the Ramblers looked like this.
The flea flicker to start the game for Loyola. Hand it off to McGuire, pitch it back to Sterney, and then hit Declan Ford in stride, just the way the Ramblers drew it up right out of the gate. Loyola was up 7-0, and they never looked back. What a play to start the game. Tons of energy in the stadium, and Loyola from start to finish here has had the lead. What an 8A state championship game we've had.
You know, and back to that play, if John Holisek's team holds on here in the final 2:41, that play right there that we just saw, that's a play that folks will be talking about for years and years and years. Yeah, this game has lived up to its billing. We knew this was not going to be a 35-32 type game. Ramblers looking for 4 yards here on 3rd down. And they will be close enough to go for it on 4th down. And does Lincoln Way take another timeout here? They will have to. One touchdown scored here in the second half. Great catches by the receivers from Loyola. How about this one by Ledbetter? Catches it between his legs. And then on the other side, Ledbetter again. The touchdown catch from Declan Ford. 3 big-time plays to stretch this lead to 10.
One of the keys to the game, I thought, for Loyola was they had to spread the ball around, and they've done just that. Quinn Foley's gotten his hand on it. Luke Foster's made a couple of plays, the sophomore in the backfield. Declan Ford and Spencer Ledbetter, 2 fantastic senior wide receivers for Loyola, have come up big. And you talked a little bit about it, Dave. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's seniors on the biggest stage who have played together their entire lives and lived for this moment, answered the bell. That's what this comes down to. Is Loyola is a senior-laden team who is ready for this moment, and not to say that Lincoln Way East was not, and they've got a chance to stop them here on 4th down and stay in this ball game, but it's a senior-led Loyola team that is 1 yard away from sealing a state title.
Looking for a yard. The direct snap goes to Johnny McGuire. first down, Loyola Academy. And the hugs begin on the field.
Yeah, they know it. They know they're two and some change away from the ring.
That's the ring. They're pointing to that finger right there. Well, how about the run Loyola and John Holisek have had starting in 2011? State championship game in 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, and here in 22. They've gotten to the championship game. They have won it twice, and they are 1:40 with the running clock from their third title in that span.
Lincoln Way East can only stop it one more time. This is going to be a tough one for the Griffins to swallow, but I tell you what, they stood in the middle of the ring and they took Loyola's best punch. And they responded. They got up off the mat after that 7-0 hole that they fell into and battled the Ramblers for 4 quarters.
You know, when I look back at that drive by Lincoln Way East, 9 minutes off the clock, 19 plays, and yet Loyola came up huge and denied them, had to settle for the field goal.
Yeah, that was a big swing in momentum. When it felt like Lincoln Way East was controlling the game in the first half, they did a nice job to stop them and only give them 3 points. And then it was that 6.5-minute drive by Loyola to start the second half that really swung the momentum back in the Ramblers' favor. But this Lincoln Way East team is somebody that people are going to have to deal with for a long time in 8A. Because they've got, 10 returning starters next year, if I'm looking at the roster correct. 6 returners on defense next year, 4 on offense. This is still a pretty young team for Lincoln Way East. And Rob Zvonar, you can see the disappointment on his face right there. Knows his team had a great chance to win this game. Just couldn't do it.
It's third down for Loyola. Sterney waiting for the clock, and will take that knee. Loyola's 2 touchdown drives tonight, they both went 80 yards. One was 1 play. The other was 11. One was 13 seconds. One was 9. How about that? And then you've got that 9-minute drive for Lincoln Way East that went to the field goal. Bottom line, one more snap with the ball is all it takes.
Yeah, and they're going to snap it and just try and run the clock out. There's about a 5-second difference here. Well, they were going to try to at least.
There is no flag on the play.
Well, that's going to reset the clock, though, then. So they're not going to actually probably have to snap it because the play clock's going to reset here, right?
Clock has. They've not started the game clock.
Game clock didn't start, so let's see what's going on here.
I think Jake Sterney is saying, shouldn't the clock start?
Well,
he'll take it. He'll throw it on 4th down. And there will be 5 seconds to play in this game. Boy, what a feeling that is. You're looking at the clock, 5 seconds left. 5 seconds to a state championship.
The anticipation.
Dragging it out. Oh, my.
But what a way to cap 2 great days of football here in Champaign.
Indeed. And the roar coming up from the Loyola Academy side.
Look, he can't even contain him. He's trying to get our cameraman back. Don't worry about us, coach. We're trying to get the shot.
Tischer winds up, lets fly, and that will do it. Your 2022 state champions in Class 8A, the Loyola Academy Ramblers.
State championship game. Your final, Loyola Academy 13, Lincoln Way East 3.
The two best teams in Class 8A meet the final game of the 2022 season, and it did not disappoint. It is exactly what we thought it would be. It was a slugfest, grinded out, and tonight the better team, Loyola Academy. They'll finish their season 13-1. That will be the record for Lincoln Way East as well.
Yeah, what a game. I mean, just outstanding performances on both sides of the ball. Yeah, Lincoln Way East comes away with only 3 points, but you know what? Braden Tischer had a really good game at quarterback. Kwasinski, their running back. Jimmy Curtin makes a ton of huge catches. And then on the defensive side, I mean, you can't talk enough about both of these defenses. I mean, you had guys all over the field. Jake Sienna, the heart and soul of the Lincoln Way East defense, and then Loyola, just a ton of playmakers offensively and defensively. What a game for the Ramblers.
Once again, the head coach for the Loyola Ramblers standing by with Casey Standahar.
Joined now by our winning coach, head coach John Holisek. Coach, held the Griffins to just a field goal this entire game. What do you credit that defensive strength to?
You know, I thought we covered really well, so we got to gamble a little bit with our blitzes. I think, you know, John McGuire, wow, just our captains, but John and Brooks led the defense. I think our offense just did enough. Jack Fitzgerald. I just have the best group of guys, and these seniors are special. Their leadership showed tonight.
You said you developed a bit of an emotional side in your coaching career. So knowing these seniors are graduating and knowing you're 8A champions, what emotions rise to the top?
Oh, well, there's probably some tears coming, but it's just so fun to see all the hard work being rewarded. You know, we get close a lot. We've gotten there a few times. Last year it was a tough one. To see us finally go over the top and win one against a great team, it's very fulfilling.
Coach, congratulations. Enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Casey. There's your winning head coach, third state title for Loyola Academy under his reign. And speaking of rain, we didn't get it tonight, but somebody got wet in the midst of all that. Right there. Well, we've had 8 baths, if you will, here this weekend, and the final one comes. Loyola Academy picks you up yet another state title.
Students can't rush the field, but the team can rush the student section, I guess. Look at them. What a night for the Loyola Ramblers. Enjoy it, fellas. And you know what? For Lincoln Way East, that's a tough huddle to be in, but Coach Vonar and his Griffins can hold their heads high. This was an outstanding football game from 2 great teams in 8A.
We've got more coming up from Memorial Stadium. Your 8A championship game is in the books. 13-3 Loyola Academy over Lincoln Way East.
The IHSA Football State Championships are being brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by ISU. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Black Friday is here at Menards, and we've got the perfect present for your loved ones. With something for Dad, Mom, and the kids. Everyone in the family will get what they want, even your furry friends. Enjoy the season and the savings. Deck out the tree and stuff your stockings with these great gifts at amazing prices. Hurry in and save big money. These deals won't last long. Doors open at 6 a.m. on Black Friday.
Save big money at Menards.
There are more than 20,000 ways to experience Illinois State.
Hey, what's up? You ready to go to class?
What kind of Redbird will you be? Hi. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
Want a great career? Join the Carpenters Union and be part of the next generation building our communities. With the Carpenters Union Career Connections program, high school students get a head start on the industry's leading curriculum. Learn the latest in construction technology and the many skilled crafts the Carpenters Union represents. Plus, earn as you learn. Receive a nice paycheck, health insurance benefits, and best of all, no college debt. Ask your school district to participate in the Career Connections program and get started on your future.
From the days of the one-room schoolhouse, public schools have always been the heart of our community. It's where our students learn and are inspired to dream big, where we cheer on our teams under Friday night lights, and where parents, teachers, students, and loved ones come together as one. Now, more than ever, our public schools unite us. This message is brought to you by the Illinois Education Association, IEA, because we are stronger, united.
John Holisek talking to his championship team. We'll head downstairs for our Country Financial Player of the Game. Find out why over 1 million families let's protect their lives and livelihoods. Visit countryfinancial.com for more info. Casey Standahar with our Country Financial Player of the Game.
With
Casey.
Our Loyola quarterback, player of the game, Jake Sterney. Jake, you're emotional right now. What emotions are coming up for you?
I mean, I'm just so happy. I mean, our team battled all throughout the year. We fell short last year in the semifinals against Lockport, and I mean, it's just been a long season, and I'm glad to see how our guys battled tonight. And props to Lincoln Way East. I mean, they played a hell of a game. They were shutting down a lot of our stuff that we hoped that would work. But then again, like, we didn't keep our heads down, and we executed towards the end, and that's what it's all about. Every inch matters, and you saw it towards the end that it did. So. Yeah, I'm just so happy.
You talk about execution at the end. What about execution in the beginning? A flea flicker, 80-yard touchdown. Take us through that play.
Absolutely. I mean, all throughout the year, we've opened up with heavy sets, and we played bully ball throughout the year. But, I mean, the state championship game, you only live once, so why not just try to start off with a bang? So we did, and it's a great call.
Jake, it was Sterney to Ford, 2 touchdown passes to your teammate. What is it about the chemistry between you two?
So actually, we went to the same grade school together. It's funny, flea flicker. In grade school, we ran that first play every single time, and it worked. And it's kind of cool to see how that happened tonight in the state game. But yeah, no, our chemistry is built over the summer, over the long lifting days, and even Spencer Ledbetter. I mean, he came up with some key 4th down and 3rd down catches that helped us convert the ball on 1st down. So it's a great job all around. I mean, I'm proud of the guys.
I'll let you enjoy this one with your teammates. Congratulations, Jake.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Casey. And Chris, I'm thinking as we hear Jake Sterney talking about how we ran that flea flicker when we were kids, and I'm wondering how early in the week they knew that was going to be the first play and how excited they were to be able to run it.
Yeah, you have to imagine that they knew that was the game plan going in. Probably from Tuesday or Wednesday. You have to make a decision on that early, and you have to stick to it. Stick to your guns, and they did so there. And you talk about running that play as a grade schooler and when you're young. Well, the other thing you do when you're throwing the ball with your friends in the backyard is you think about these kinds of moments. You think about state title games, and we're going to win a state title together, and that's what these guys did here tonight. Good job.
Let's go to our public address announcer, Jeff Fritzen.
Individual awards will be presented to President Greg Ostijk, Principal Charles Heinz, Athletic Director Genevieve Atwood, Head Coach John Holicek, and the captains of the Ramblers.
Are we on camera? Oh, no.
And at this time, we will present the Class 8A Championship Trophy to the Loyola Academy Ramblers, who finished the season with a final record of 13 wins and 1 loss. Congratulations to the Ramblers.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
That is the 8th championship trophy that has been presented here at Memorial Stadium this weekend. And Chris, my thoughts go back to 10 o'clock on Friday. And I think it illustrates in terms of what you see here in a weekend of high school football. You have the smallest school classes, starting with Lena Winslow winning state title, and then here we are late on a Saturday night, and you have the large school, how it encompasses the entire state in so many ways.
Yeah, so many dreams fulfilled for these young men as you see them kiss the trophy there. I mean, this is what it's all about. I mean, guys laid it all out on the line for 8 games, and what a way to finish between Loyola and Lincoln Way East here in the 8A state title game. 2 teams both deserving of that state title, but Loyola, the better team tonight, comes out with the win.
Congratulations to all 8 of our state champions. Lena Winslow got things started. Decatur St. Teresa in Class 2A. It was IC Catholic in 3A. Sacred Heart Griffin, the 4A championship. Then we turn the page to today. And early on, it was Nazareth Academy, a 1-point win over Peoria in 5A. The 6A champs go to East St. Louis. Mount Carmel picks up that trophy in Class 7A. And here your 8A champions, Loyola Academy, the Ramblers. You know, I'd like to thank you, Chris Highland, but I'd like to thank our entire crew who have really put on a marathon effort here this weekend.
Yeah, 2 days, 8 games. A lot of these camera shots that you're seeing right now are from the same guys who were here at 6 a.m. Friday morning getting ready and shot all 8 games for us. So from everybody that was on screen and everybody that was off, thank you for all the work that you all did, because it's an unbelievable way to cap a high school football season. The IHSA does a great job of putting this event on for these young men, and to everybody who did a great job to put these games on TV for us, thank you very much.
Thanks to Aaron Bennett, our stage manager, Nick Pinto, our statistician, for Casey Standahar, for Chris Highland. I'm Dave Bernhardt. Thanks for joining us. Your 8A state champions, the Loyola Academy Ramblers, here in Illinois in 2022.